Good evening. It's February 3rd, Budget Committee meeting. Call the meeting to order. We have a quorum, pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public input. Jill, you're here for the warrant article discussion. Thank you. And Bob is sitting in for Dave tonight and will be a voting member of the budget committee, correct?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Approval of minutes.
I didn't see anything wrong with the February 3rd,
The January 27th.
excuse me, yeah,
Yep.
my line. The January 27th minutes as written, I'd motion to approve as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Abstained.
I wasn't there.
You were here. You voted.
I was here, but I wasn't a member of the board at that sitting, so.
So it's 502, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 502. Okay?
You want to do the non-public?
Yep. You all seen these? Seen this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the January 27th non-public session minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Yeah.
I'll pass them around and I'll give them to Ashley,
502.
the non-public.
Thank you.
Bob, and last one, Bob.
So I'm going to skip because I know that Brandon is rushing out of here. So I'm going to go to tab 7, agenda item 7. So to look at those budgets. So we can those approved quickly. And so the first one I'd like to take a look at is the Financial Administration Tax Collector. So I see we've moved 25,000 into an expendable trust fund, right, which is the amounts that were ClearGov and MRI managed payroll. I guess the question I have is with Harris, the way those read is the Harris Munismart. Harris Munismart is also going to move on, is probably going to be moving out as part of this whole package. And so I'm just curious as to why the warrant articles are drafted that way. I think you're going to have an ongoing annual fee anyway. So that probably matches that amount. So I think that the adjustment for those two items is $23,840, which would reduce the computer software lease and support line in that budget from $56,798 to $32,958. The other thing that came clear in here, I think you had a question, Chris, as well, but it seems that we paid, the reason why we're so far under budget as relates to 2025 is that we paid the Harris computer system fee for 2025 in 2024. So 2024 carried a double payment of one for $16,000 and the other one for $17,000. So unfortunately, that's an error between accounting periods.
I do have a question. Why is Avatar on computer software lease and support?
Because it is computer software. You get 3 bills to lease and support it, or at least support it.
For the Avatar program?
Yes. One for a code, one for a town clerk, one for tax collector.
And Civic Plus LLC annual web, what is that for?
That's the town's website.
So, if my math's correct, the amount of this of this budget for 150 would go to 204,513.
And that was taking out the payroll and the budget software.
Yeah. The 23, that's 23,840. Anybody have any comments, questions? Can I get a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve 4150 in the amount of $204,513.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote against?
Nick.
6-1. So I guess we would just hand it out, the new one of these, which is for 4155 Personnel Administration. And I guess, so the selectmen voted again, is that right, tonight?
Yes.
Okay. And that was for this 897, 695. And what was that?
897695, correct.
Yeah, what was the vote? How much was it?
2-0.
Sorry, my print margin was wrong.
What's that?
My print page was wrong. It is on the
Oh, it's
spreadsheet.
okay. So, what changed? Do we have a sheet that goes with this now? Do we have one of these sheets that goes with this?
That sheet does match that one.
Okay.
Insurance for,
Right, it was to accommodate the health benefits for a new employee.
Are you gonna look into something besides Health Trust?
we did just recently.
Yes, we looked at the same as the county had, and they couldn't touch our prices.
What about Baldwin Group?
I have not looked at Baldwin Group.
I mean, there are other ones out there, and when I did my research on the other stuff, there are others out there, and it was very it was more than comparable. Considering the amount that we're looking at here for health insurance alone, how many employees are on this?
$15?
Yeah, at least 15.
For 15 employees, the town is gonna be, just for health insurance, paying $447,576. I think it would be good business practice, whether you're a municipality or not, to shop around. And this has been, Gordon Hunt will be happy to hear this. This has been a bone of contention for a long time, and I think by just looking into one other thing is just not doing due diligence or serving the taxpayers, because this is a lot of money. This is a huge chunk of money. I'm not taking the retirement fund, the unemployment compensation, longevity, separation pay. You know, we're looking at almost $900,000 for 15 employees. That's a lot of money, and it should be standard operating procedure to shop for something besides just going with Health Trust every single year. That's my only comment.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, good practice, RFPs, 3. That would be my take on it.
The, I agree with all these comments. I mean, we, just so you know, and it's not comparable, but non-business, we have 59 employees, and our healthcare cost is $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
So, and they're what, we don't have we have a pretty good plan.
Yeah.
For our employees. So the change that happened here was that we did what? I'm looking at it looks like we added,
Under the transfer station, the recycling assistant one previously did not have health insurance, and that was added.
so these 3 columns don't add up. So the columns I've got, the 24,583, the 14,282, and the 32778 add up to like 70,000, about 96,000.
I don't know which column you're referring to.
Under health,
Yep,
right, that's the account we're talking about, that adds up to 447,000.
yep.
I look under the transfer station,
Mhm.
and I'm seeing 24,583, and 14,282, and 32778, right? Those 3 employees, is that all we have?
Yes,
And so I add up those 3
Yeah.
numbers,
you're correct.
and I get to 70,000 something, not 96.
So this is wrong.
Thanks.
71,643. Okay. So 96,227 minus 71,643 equals 24,584. So we'll take that off the 447, right?
You know, I don't check numbers like this when, how did this happen? Doesn't the computer tell you to?
They're only
It's a
as smart as
formula.
the user.
What's that?
I said they're only as smart as the user,
Okay.
and we're human, we make errors.
All right. That's scary. I'm
It
gonna have
is.
to look at this one carefully now.
Yeah. This has been consistent.
So it's 422, which is the number we had there originally, right? 422.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the confusion came in on my part.
So then it's 87. So we're gonna go ahead and approve a budget of 872, the original number.
Yep, the original number.
542.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve 4155, personnel administration in the amount of $872,542.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
6-1. Opposed warrant articles. So, I'm not sure, that we have normal meetings between now and the public hearing. So, I guess we're gonna go to town meeting, we're gonna go to town meeting to the public hearing with no recommend, the budget committee's gonna have no recommendation,
No.
which kind of just doesn't look good for anybody.
If I might speak to the warrant articles.
Sure.
I had a long discussion with Selectman Alby today. Very congenial and a really good discussion. And he posited to me his opinion that funding warrant articles, or at least more than the contingency from the unassigned fund balance, would actually tie that money to the warrant articles and you couldn't spend it on anything else. And he didn't particularly think that was a good idea. On the other hand, I think it's a wonderful idea. So, just saying, I think our contention that the unassigned fund balance could be used better is valid.
Yeah, and what basically, the reason to do it and the rationale behind it is that we've over budgeted in the past, this money's been taxed already, so let's put it together to a place where we haven't invested enough
For sure.
of the time, and that's in our capital reserve funds.
And then,
It's-
not only does that fund that capital reserve fund, it also serves to reduce taxes. So rather than just taking something at the end and throwing it on the tax bill, we have reduced the taxes and we have advanced whichever warrant articles or capital reserve funds, et cetera, that we would like to have available in the future. So I think it's a two-edged sword that works in the favor of using the unassigned fund balance.
I agree with that. Okay, thank you. All right, so, I also think on that whole thing on the capital reserve funds, just so we're clear, that we have a current expense that's equal to this year's charge for that equipment. And by not experiencing that expense in our tax base, we're not being candid, to use a nice word. We're not being candid with our taxpayers as to really what the cost is for this year. And I think that's misleading. I feel so strongly on this point. I think we're missing the boat.
Also, in doing some research on a discussion we're gonna have later tonight about the unfunded debt, it is a wise idea to lock the money down going into the budget. So identifying how much is coming out for a particular warrant article up front is the thing to do.
Right.
It's untouchable after that,
Yeah.
okay? Whereas if it's just floating around, it can be grabbed and then you lose the identity.
Okay. I think we're gonna have an unassigned. I'm not meaning to cut it short. I just know I got this gentleman for a
Yeah.
short period of time.
I'm done.
No, you're fine.
Sorry. So let's
Try not to be winded.
I would like to
You're
just,
not.
I'd
It's
like to
good.
come
It's all
back
good.
to Article 22, because I sort of think it's, I want to go through the other ones, while I have Brandon here. So number 23. So when we, these are gonna be my comments, and I'm not actually commenting on grammatical, I'm just commenting on facts and issues I have with construct than anything else. I encourage everybody else to comment on construct and issues. So on this one, we've gone with what the CIP recommended, but we've added town facilities to it. And is that a catch-all for the paving at the
At the town garage,
town garage, at the town, yeah,
the highway department,
department,
because that's
thank
what
you.
Bob said last time.
Yes.
okay.
So that's,
CIP recommended 25,000 for that separately.
yeah.
So, if we are gonna include this, and is this something new that we're adding, or we've always done facilities out of the road? And is it appropriate to do the facilities out of the road?
You said Article 23, right?
Yeah.
23, yeah.
Paving expendable trust.
Yeah,
It's typically, historically, the paving has just been for town roads.
so is it a good idea to commingle them now with this change?
It could be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. You could put it in the highway station expendable trust.
Yeah, that's what I think we would go to.
If it's gonna go, if you have, it's just
Actually-
like doing the
actually,
town
hey,
and,
I'd like to correct myself. The paving at the highway barn did not go in this paving article. That's strictly for roads this year.
So then we shouldn't have facilities.
so this shouldn't be on that, on 23?
No.
Okay, let's take out facilities, because I think that's just was correct. And then I think
We
the,
can correct that next year if we need to.
Yeah, and I think just in the description here, I think you need to decide whether you want it, I don't think this was determined that, Joe, this was sort of, I think what CIP was recommending this be an ongoing process of having an expendable trust versus having a capital reserve account that dies at the end of the year. So that it will be ongoing, not just for 2026, it'll be going forward.
Right.
Yeah, with mineral trust, in, for 2026 and going forward.
Yeah, in our plan, we have the same amount. Well, we had said 670,000 each year going out for 10 years.
This isn't expiring this year.
No, but I think the point is that we're not gonna go back to capital reserve funds, we're gonna do, the
Expendable
plan is gonna be
ETFs.
expendable trust every year going
Going
forward and
forward.
putting money into it.
Yeah, and if there's any money left over,
It
it
carries
rolls
forward.
over.
Yeah.
Exactly what it says.
That's what it says.
No, but it says, okay, I'm happy.
It's just-
I'm just saying, I'm pretty good at reading these things, and what it says is in 2026, they're gonna do it. But I don't think it's just in 2026, it's gonna be the plan going forward afterwards in 27,
And that's
28,
what the
29.
second sentence is. It'll roll over year to year.
Yep, for this one, okay, I'm fine, I'm just telling you.
This is gonna go to the town attorney and all the corrections are gonna be made?
And it's gonna go to DRA.
Yeah, because last year when we were at the public hearing, it didn't, and there were a lot of problems, and we had egg on our face, so we really don't want that at this year.
Okay. I would look at the way that's drafted and make
Yep.
sure that it's clear.
Yep.
Just telling you, giving you the. I was good with the 24,
I'm not.
okay?
It says here that in order for a project to be scoped and presented to the governing body, in quotes, residents,
It's not.
the governing body isn't residents.
Yeah, sorry, that's a good point.
Who's the governing body?
The selectmen.
Selectmen.
And the
Resident.
legislative body is the voters.
Ah,
That's an easy one, just strike residents.
Okay, there's a typo in soil and road drainage.
Mhm.
It's fine.
I didn't, I'm usually the one that edits these for grammar and spelling, and we focused on content. Spelling and grammar will come afterwards.
Totally agree. That's all
Yeah.
I just.
So if you find any spelling and grammar,
I'm just mentioning because it was marked, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
focus on here. And the code officer's vehicle was fine with me. Maybe I'll have comments on it. So, I do believe on 27, if you go to the CIP report, this transfer station facilities is and you go to the trustees report, this is not a capital reserve fund, but this is an ETF.
Right.
Yes, it is.
I checked that too.
It is.
Yeah, and this has 69,000 in it already.
transfer station, capital reserve, you're saying that's
It's
an
an
ETF,
ETF.
not a capital reserve?
Nope, it is not.
And
already
previously
got-
established,
Yep, 69K. Or is in it right now.
I'm just looking to see what the previously established said. So previously established was capital reserve. Oh, wait a minute, transfer station, sorry, wrong one.
The facilities, yeah.
It says transfer station capital reserve, so it's an already established capital reserve.
Transfer station,
No, that
the equipment is a
is
capital
equipment
reserve.
versus
The
facilities.
facilities is
It's
a,
each-
Transfer station equipment, capital reserve fund, Article 14.
Right, but we're
Yeah,
talking about
facilities.
facilities,
It's a
not
different
equipment.
And I must say, just speaking from CIP, we did not realize that we had established that last year. And it wasn't given to us as a project from the transfer station.
Right.
So we have individual
Right.
things that would be included in this.
Right.
Right, yeah,
But it's not,
right, right,
they don't jive.
yeah, it
So
doesn't.
in the
Oh,
comment
okay. I see
description, I
it.
don't think you should say that the capital improvement program committee recommends it, because
No, it didn't.
we recommended last year
Facilities.
the heat and windows and the roof, and we thought it was already being done in '25. And then this year, we recommended the concrete barrier, and what we said not till '27. So we didn't have anything into this fund because we kind of didn't know it was there. We missed it.
So that should come
So
out,
the
that
comments
description should come
should
out.
be, just take out the
Yeah.
CIP.
And they have, I don't know what you want to do with this, but they have the $232,000 concrete barrier in 2027. So I think this will probably go towards funding some of that.
Right. So next
And
year
why
we
we
can
can do
combine
this if we're gonna
things.
look into an ad hoc committee? I don't know why they're recommending.
Yeah. So and then Article 28, the transfer station equipment should be a capital reserve fund, not expendable trust. And so what the capital improvement committee recommended was funding $20,000, not 50. So I think it's misleading to say that, 50,000.
Yeah, I think somehow you need to say they recommended a different amount, or we do recommend something in there, or specify that we recommended 50,000. And your reasoning for only doing 20.
Well, they do it the other way, they bring 50 in.
Oh, 50, and we, opposite, we did
Yeah.
20.
Yep.
Because we felt that the backhoe was 150, and with what the balance is in there now, we only needed 20 more to be able to buy that next year. Or in 2 years, by putting that amount in for the next couple of years. So,
And there is a scale, the scale is in the subsequent year.
yeah.
The scale goes in
27
27,
to 142.
yeah. Article 29, I was okay with. Article 30, I have just no idea why we would be, putting in 25,000 and not 37,000, which is recommended by CIP. I mean, $12,000. And so I expressed that I'm frustrated about it. It makes no sense to me. But I think you have to say, the same year, you have to basically, put some, I don't know how you do this, but I don't think it's correct to say, funding to have a 7-year rotation, when in fact 25,000 doesn't get you to the 7-year rotation, that's for sure.
No, the math doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right, that's why 37 is recommended. And also, we need to check on the name of this, because in the trustees report, it's just called highway truck, not vehicle. And so I think we have to be consistent in how it's labeled, because it was set up like in 2015, way, way back, when we bought one of the other trucks, and there was some left over.
Can we rename it?
No, you just
No.
put a highway truck. Either that or you have to establish a new one. You have to keep it the same.
So we strike vehicle and
I think we
write
should
truck.
go- We should probably find out exactly what.
Highway truck, that's what it says on the
On their
trustees
report.
report anyway.
Okay. Are they pretty accurate with these? names?
Extremely accurate.
They're just saying that.
Three Bearings is exceedingly accurate.
Okay.
Highway truck. Yep. Was established in 2015, and as of right now, we have 27,280 bucks in there. So I don't know why we're not putting the 37 in.
Okay, fire engine. This should have been 92,000. So, yeah. Same as highway vehicle. Commentary.
What's the correction?
This should be 92,000,
Not 40.
not 40.
You're not gonna get there. If you're establishing these and we're trying to pay as we go, you can't shortchange consistently and come up with the right number at the end
I'm
of the
sorry, I was
term.
on fire engine lease payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry, fire engine capital reserve fund.
Okay.
So on the, on Article 33, the SCBA Equipment Capital Reserve Fund. So what is contemplated here, Joel, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, what's contemplated here is that this SCBA will go away. We'll fund the SCBA completely to move this account. And then we'll then create and continue to fund the Vital Equipment Capital Reserve Fund, which will also fund the SCBA. So I don't know whether there is specific language we can use to say, we take all the dollars first we need until that account's empty, and then we do the rest, or whether we do 50, I know it's 51,000 in there, not 48. I just don't want to have this account kicking around.
No, I think we can dissolve it at next year's town meeting by simply saying that if there's any money in there left over, and we'll know the amount if there's any, whether it be pennies or dollars left in there, we write into the Vital Equipment Capital Reserve that we're going to fund it from the previous SCBA account,
So we'll take that.
and then we can zero that out.
Okay, and then the,
Is that clean?
yeah, that's fine. Why are we doing the 48? Why are we doing the 48 versus the 51? That's in the account right now.
I hate to guess, but I'm guessing that is the principal, not including interest. I'm thinking that maybe interest may have brought that balance up.
Yeah, so the current balance right now is 5070.
I confirmed that with Peter last night, and he told me that I need to use not the final column of that report, the one prior to that. And he always highlights that column in yellow for me. So I did verify an email.
So this 48,254 came from Peter?
Yes.
Why did we can't take out the income from the account? What was that?
That's the P&I, this is just the end of market value. That's the principal income that's sitting in the account right now. That's the end of market value.
So why can't we take that? Why is that thing in the market value?
It's just what the market value is. It's not the actual that's in there.
Okay.
I know. I mean, it could be. I mean,
That's the
when they
market
cash
value,
it
that's
in.
what's in
I
there.
mean, we can clean that up next year, and
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay. Okay, and then the Vital Equipment Reserve Fund, our capital reserve fund is good.
Although we recommended 35, 33 in there.
Oh, you did?
35. Put 29.
You know what, I must have made a mistake on that, because we were kind of messing around, right, Joel, with the SCBA and the.
Right, because we combined them in our report.
Yeah. So what I did is I took.
I think 32 goes into the SCBA, so it would leave 33 into the vital equipment. The way we had funded it, because we said 65 total. But if you took the 48,
That makes sense?
that was already in the reserve for the SCBA, and it's 80,000, you only need 32 more.
Yeah,
So that would, out of the 65, that would leave 33 to go into the vital equipment.
yeah, and what, yeah, okay. So it should be 33.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 33,000 would be the CIP recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about that, Rob, on your comparison spreadsheet.
Yeah,
You had 50,000 for grants under that?
no, that
Was that the reserves already there?
that's the reserve taken out.
Okay.
Yeah. I put it all under one column, grants, reserves.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay. Vote to raise the appropriate sum of 260,000 for a new rescue truck. 200,000 will come from, okay, so this one, I think, and it's hard to match this up with CIP completely, but it comes pretty close, because I think CIP had 260,000 coming from taxation. It was 350.
We had 270 as our,
Yeah, 270, over 270,000 to a fire vehicle, 200,000 and 70,000 were unassigned fund balance. Right, that was 270, and then we took, right, so we would have ended up, yeah, I did it on this spreadsheet.
but 83 was in the,
With 83,000 was in there already, right?
right.
And so we would have had 83,000,
It was gonna cost.
so the fund with, so we're gonna add 270. Right, so that would have been 353 in the capital reserve fund, and then we're gonna take out 350, which we're not doing now, we're only taking out 260.
And that was a recommendation that came from the fire chief.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you were there for that.
Yeah,
Did they get
So-
a better quote?
so my point is that we would, if we did this, we did what they recommended and we took out 260, we'd end up with 90,000 left in the capital reserve fund. What we're basically doing right now is just draining the capital reserve fund.
Yeah, it's
That
not
we,
even,
that we built up over time. We just started to build, we're just whacking it down.
yeah, it's not even,
So I just don't know why we don't take this from tax.
mm-hmm. What would that number be? Do you want to take out your tax?
Yeah, 260,000, so I just take it out of tax, not use the reserve. That way we still keep 87,000 in the reserve. This account's gonna get hit pretty hard. Got one break here, and then we'll start to get hit pretty hard. If I remember correctly. Yeah, 50 in 2020, and then 450,000 in 2029. So, and then the police expendable vehicle trust, that was 40,000 in CIP. studied, my tomorrow looks fine. So the software expendable trust fund, why'd you break out 38 and 39?
Marjorie?
Because they're different purposes. One is software and one's outsourcing. We're not buying payroll software.
So
They're entering a contract.
I thought we were buying payroll software.
No.
Why would that be a warrant?
Well, it wouldn't be, because I thought we talked about buying an additional software package that integrated with our existing package.
And that was budget only.
I don't remember that being in.
No, not in any of it, not in our discussions, it was not, it was,
Wasn't.
no, there was
Wasn't
not.
service, right?
No.
So, let me just go back to my thought. My thought is that we had really three things to consider, right? One was the, one was the new is it Harris software?
Yeah,
That was
Harris, it's Harris, Unismart, Harris.
Unismart
Yeah.
Harris, right?
Yeah.
That's what we currently have.
Yep, and that's going out of business.
Eventually.
Yeah, and it's
Eventually.
winding down, that's what this, so that's our, then we got two is payroll, which is a different software package.
Mm-hmm.
And then three was budgeting. They're all different components. And,
Budgeting is in with Harris.
No.
well, it could be, or should be.
Yeah.
But it isn't right now.
Right.
Right, and so it's gonna be an additional component. And so I think, I don't understand why these three things would not be under one. So you have, one runs over, one runs under, you just have it all in one. And I don't think, if this is truly we're just getting ADP to run payroll for us, then it's an operating expense, it's not software.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So,
The presentation that was made to the budget committee was that it was a software and it was not an outsource. And if that is true, if that is the case, then this right here is proof positive that this needs to go out to bid. It needs to be a whole separate thing. So this is not worded appropriately. It's not, we don't even know what it's gonna actually cost because this is the cost for one particular service that it didn't go out to bid. We fall into the same thing time and time again, and it's just, that's not fair to the voters. And that was not what was presented to us.
This does not identify one specific company that it's going out to, so
But you don't know what the cost is gonna be. This was looking at one company, and that's the one cost. And we all know that because that's the one presentation that the two people went to. So this needs to go back to the drawing board and make it an expendable, make it an EFT so that it can go out to bid and be a software purchase. Tons of other towns don't put theirs out to bid. It's done in-house, the software handles it all. It handles the New Hampshire retirement, it handles all the weird overtime, it handles all of these things.
there was not a presentation to the budget committee on payroll. There was one on the budget software, and the budget software that was presented was an additional type of software that allows department managers and budget committee to access and be involved in actively. The payroll system has not been presented at all.
Going back to the presentation for the budget is a responsibility wholeheartedly coming from the town administrator. And it's fine if the department heads want to see and look, but at the end of the day, it's the town administrator's responsibility to get the numbers and to present the budget numbers to the budget committee. It's not the department head's responsibility. So, I'm not comfortable with that Article 39 at all. And well, it's just not even. And if we didn't get the presentation, that's fine, but we were told something completely different, and now this is coming out in the draft, and I don't know, it's just not.
Well, if this is funded, this will allow the process to go forward. It's hard to.
The homework, I'm sorry, Bob, the homework wasn't done. It wasn't, other towns do things, and,
When will
go
we,
ahead.
when will we kick in with MRI? If we were gonna forward with because now.
MTS and MRI. MRI is the payroll portion.
MRI, yes.
And MTS is the other part, yep.
Does the MTS have payroll too?
Yeah, MRI is the
Oh.
payroll portion of MTS.
Okay.
It does both.
So, using the MTS payroll software, okay, I got it, MRI
Yep.
and MTS.
Mhm.
Okay. So when would this changeover happen?
If you purchased it,
It's like ADP, it's a fee.
it's, MTS and MRI are very user-friendly systems for other, 90% of the towns use it.
Right.
And it's very user-friendly. The support is local. The support's right here. The girl lives right in Molten Borough. So, they're extremely, and if anybody has any issues at all, they have payroll support right there every single day. They're up to date on everything. If you have a problem with literally anything, it's right there. And the cost per year is pretty reasonable for their support.
If I may. In Article 38, is $10,000 enough to purchase that software?
Yes,
And in Article 39, 15,000 is enough to outsource the payroll?
correct.
Thank you.
But the issue is the outsourcing of the payroll is like.
I know, I'm just looking at numbers. I thought we had a much bigger number thrown at us before
We did.
to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently,
I think we've got there's a whole reboot of the system is what I understand, right? Is what we're going to look at.
No, that's what Chris brought to the table when she brought it forward with her, when she contacted the other towns. So I was not looking at changing the entire accounting package. We do not have people experienced in-house that know all the payroll rules. For example, I just learned of the one regarding overtime and having to possibly do a 1099 for overtime.
Oh, no, you do not do a 1099 for overtime. That is not legal.
Let her finish, please. I know she wasn't finished with her statement because I've heard it before.
So the town has a liability on the payroll and the proper reporting and this for New Hampshire retirement system. Not quite so much a liability there, but with the federal labor payment rules.
Specifically in regards to the police station, the police?
Yeah, the police and fire, those are municipal that are very different than than a company.
And you told me that those have different rules.
They do, yeah.
I don't understand why, but
So, and that's.
I'm told the police and fire have different rules when it comes to overtime. I
So-
don't know, but
Okay, so this is something that all the towns, all the office administration that handles payroll, it's their responsibility to stay up on that. That's why you hire somebody that has the experience and you send them off to training. That is, I don't know what the job description is, but that should have been part of this. It should not be the responsibility to outsource something when somebody that's hired should have that education and have that experience, because other towns that I talked to, that's exactly what it was. They have the education and the experience. And if they don't, then it's the responsibility to go and get that. As far as the overtime law is concerned, you do not issue per IRS regulations, and also it is not issued on a 1099. What it is a calculation, a computation. It does not have to be on the W-2, but it can be provided in any other form, which is acceptable to the Internal Revenue Service right now. But a 1099 is absolutely 100% not the correct format. And like I said, if what the town administrator is saying is true, then why is this just coming up now? That this information and this education should have been done, and if it wasn't being provided, it should have been provided, and this person should have been going to training so that they were properly educated. Because this has only come up recently. We've how long had in-house payroll being done with labor laws? Police and fire haven't changed.
I would like to go, thanks. I'm not sure that I even understood that, but I'm gonna because it's beyond my pay grade. Yeah.
No 1099 for you.
No 1099.
No.
So, but I'd like to make a suggestion that we go back and we reopen the finance admin budget. We add 8,000 or 10,000 to that budget back for payroll administration, because I think they want to do it, and it's treated like ADP. It's a fee. I hope they put it out to bid and they negotiate the price as they should do for the town's benefit, and that we then get rid of these 2 warrant articles, because we're not going to be able to do it on software until we can have it implemented for the 2027. We're already sitting in March by the time this is all said and done, April. I just don't think it's happening. It's going to take longer to do it and have it gone to the 2027 cycle.
It'll be a lot easier to send out an RFP if we have funding in place, because a lot of people, if you don't have funding in place, they won't even respond to an RFP. So if we have funding in place, I can assure you that an RFP will be sent out for these 2 items.
Well, the payroll one is not, but you understand my issue, the payroll one is not, it's not that we're buying and implementing and investing capital in a new software system, which we'll pay an annual fee for. We're just hiring a payroll clerk, basically, to do payroll for us, and it's an annual cost. It's the same thing. It's equivalent to that. I know it's not that, but it's the same. We're just paying ADP a monthly fee for running our payroll for us. So, that would be, this is very expensive for 15 employees, 14, so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
way too much money for 15 employees.
So, but.
You don't have 15 employees, you have, I
I just don't want to negotiate. I don't want to do this debate.
it's over 50. It's over 50. We have all the on-call firefighters.
Okay.
It's
Voting,
it's totally
election
different
day.
numbers. There's only a few that get health insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So so I think we should go back and put 10,000 back into this budget, and then
Yep.
you can take the take out the warrant article, because you don't need it for the payroll.
No.
So just have the 15,000 for the warrant article. Okay? So can I get a motion to reconsider the full 150 admin?
I'll make a motion to reconsider 4150 financial administration.
Okay, we're gonna add,
Is there a second?
Second.
any discussion?
Take your pick.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and then, so I would recommend the computer software needs and support line, to make it 42,958, and that would take the total line to 214,513. Okay,
Motion to approve 4150 in the amount of $214,513.
Second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
6-1. All right. Okay, so then Article 39 would go away. And Article 38 can be 10 or 15. Article 40. So this expendable trust fund, by my definition, should be for improvements and renovations and not regular repairs. In other words, regular repairs would come out of the standard repairs and maintenance in the facilities budget. But this is for like when the description of the specific items are, to me, renovations and repairs, but we just add in this and repairs all the place. So,
Replacement,
I think, yeah, it should be renovation and replacement.
Change repairs to replacement.
Everything that's repair, it's either
It's either-
renovate or replace.
Yeah, improvements, renovation, or replacements. Okay, 41 is fine, 42.
I have a quick question if I might.
Sure.
Do we know year to date, rough even, how much money's been spent out of the highway budget so far? That might be something we wanted to revisit if that number's huge already. We know what happens, maybe we could avoid some of it. Do we have any idea close what that would be?
No,
Okay.
actually could run it quick.
No is an acceptable answer.
I did expense report today, so you
For
have that.
2026, year to date.
Oh, I did not do 6, sorry. That was 5. I can do 1 now.
Pretty steep, couple $100,000.
Yeah, we might want to revisit that once we get that number.
You say a couple 100,000 already in 2026? Okay.
So it's- Am I wrong to
No.
do this?
No, the only thing I do think is that, the $75,000 contingency which is sitting out there, and I also think that there is some expense in it that don't need to happen if the budget goes over, like for instance, the tree cutting that never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that also, I've changed the road paving to include road striping,
Mhm.
so I'd stick that into there, and I think if you give that, you've just given them $70,000 of additional money to spend.
Well, I'm thinking of what happened last year in the 122,000 that the budget was over.
Yeah.
Striping, you got 2 times it happens when you do new pavement on a new road and restriping an existing road. Restriping an existing road should come under maintenance, under the operating budget, and striping a new road should be in the
Right.
warrant article.
Yeah, and what just happened was the main road that we stripe every year was the Ledge Hill Road, and that got, we could probably skip striping for a year if we
Yeah.
had to. I'm just saying, there's room in that budget to move stuff around that we don't.
So I just quickly added up.
But I'm happy to, I don't know, we're gonna take a look at that.
Just go down.
She's gonna get us a number.
Oh, this
Okay.
is 25.
If it doesn't take our breath away, then we'll probably move on. But
Start there.
I think it's worth looking at.
I appreciate that.
So I just took the quick calc that you just did all the difference in it. It's only $80,000. Why in the world are they trying to save
$150,000.
$80,000 when they can't just put that out and that 80 would come into line with the CIP?
Yeah, I think it's 140.
149, 667, 967, 667,
667, 35.
149,
I didn't do it
667.
at the fire station. though.
Today.
Year to date.
I lost you on the rescue
Okay.
truck.
So the number that Ashley's come up with year-to-date for highways is 149,667,
That's right.
35 cents.
35 cents. Something to keep in mind.
Um, let's see something quickly.
Yeah, no, it's like that.
So for winter, we had
That was a big one we missed in this year.
for winter, we had 360,000,
How much?
360.
Could be close. We'll see. Thank you, Ashley.
It'll
We've
be
gotten it
clo-
all
it'll-
out of the way now.
It'll be close getting us through the end of April, never mind next November, December.
That's true. Yeah, people forget that winter is
We got it on the other end, too.
two pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also, you know, if the selectmen want to go back and reconsider that budget and they want to make a case for it, then I'm happy to open it up again.
Hmm.
So,
I guess I was just scratching my own interest itch.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
well,
like
it's a good
we-
point. It's a good point.
In 2 months, we spent the whole winter's budget.
Yes.
Why can't they just be 80 grand in there? It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Well, they can also,
40.
they can use the good, yeah. So, that's the point.
So you're telling us that if we go, if, on Monday, when we meet,
Yeah,
if we reconsider the winter budget for highways,
yeah,
you'll entertain it?
yeah, by 50,000.
Something to think about.
And when will you vote on it? Are you not,
Do it at public
prior
hearing?
to the public hearing?
Yeah, right, but,
Yeah, typically, we have about a half an hour session before,
Brief
where
meeting
we actually
before.
vote on the final budget, and we could come back to that pretty easily.
Okay.
we'll vote on the final budget after the public meeting.
Right,
In case
but
you get any
we discuss it,
lighting.
clean up any mess in the beginning,
Yeah.
is what we do.
I have some
Yeah.
lightning comments, that's right.
Possibility, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll bring it, I'll bring it to the other two
What the heck?
on Monday.
Yeah.
okay.
I think
Trying to
that's-
help, that's all.
Yep, that's fair.
Bring it right along there with those capital reserve funds.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so, this is back to the agenda.
Oh, yeah, yours.
Okay, so I just wanted to, so when are we gonna get the projected revenues for 2026 and the MS 737? What's the timing on that? Because we need to have, also the budget committee needs to review the revenues in the meeting. Jill, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Jill.
Thank you for all the work, it was really,
Well, look what you have to look forward to.
Oh, you think I'm gonna win election?
I'm praying.
Any reason we can't
I
discuss
saw
it
your
on Monday?
endorsement on Facebook.
During the meeting?
Yeah.
My neighbor showed it to me. I don't have Facebook.
I pop it in there and,
Thank you. Appreciate it. You bet.
Yeah.
so you can have the 737 on Friday. The draft 737.
we probably should schedule another meeting sometime
Good night, Joe.
before the town meeting, just to.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Thank you.
To review the 737, and we can actually do it after the town meeting, right? It's got 20 days to get filed.
No, the 737 is after your public hearing,
Okay.
because that's published in the town report.
So we should probably do another time, we should just have another meeting. So when, I hate to do it, trust me.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
How about the 24th? Oh, no. No, I'm not gonna be here. 17th.
I'm not gonna be here. Oh, wait a minute. 17th I am here.
I'm okay.
Oh, I can't do it, sorry. I'm an alpine official at a race, so I can't get out of.
Oh, how long do you expect the public hearing to last? Can you look at the 737 after that?
No,
It's good,
no,
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 it's too much
it's,
too many.
When's the public hearing?
Next week.
10th? What about the 12th, Thursday the 12th?
If you have the revenue reports that Ashley provided today, what are your changes to them?
I don't have any revenue, I have a revenue report from last year.
I have last year's, you want this year?
So, no, you can't do this year's. We don't do this year's until next September when we do the 434.
You're-
So when I put revenue in the 737, if you can look at that and say, okay, vehicles, the town brought in 800,000. We think they're gonna bring in 900,000 next year because vehicles run up so much. You can put in, the transfer station brought in 146,000. You think they're gonna bring in 150,000 next year. You've never gone through the revenues before.
Okay,
So,
just so we're really clear
Yeah.
on this, it says right in the report, "On the penalties of perjury, I declare that I've examined the information contained in this report, and to the best of my belief, it is true, correct, and complete." Right on the face of the end.
so you tell me what revenues you want me to put in there,
ones
because
that
you
you
never
can-
have.
Oh, yes, they are. They're all in here. There's revenues in every line. There's
Yes, I
revenues-
understand that, but
Right.
every year I have just put those in.
No, every year we've reviewed it. Well, actually, not every year, but for the last 2 years that I've been chair, because this report requires us to review it,
Mm-hmm.
I have reviewed it. And we've
Right.
had a meeting to go through it. So, and it's laid out in here that we have our budget committee revenues, right here. Budget committee's estimated revenues for period ending. So it's written right down here. So if we don't review them, we don't look at them, how do we have the budget committee then?
Well, tell me what revenues you want in there, because you're the one who
No.
makes them up. It's your budget.
No, you go to put selectmen's estimated revenues for the period, right there. You put those in first, and then we go through them.
Yeah, I
And we
believe
can-
we've done it every, I believe
Yeah.
that we've
Alright.
done it at
It
every
has
budget
been.
cycle.
I know it has been done.
Yeah.
It needs to be presented to us so we can review it.
No, I agree. I agree.
It's not just haphazard numbers.
So, having said that, so when, so what are we're gonna go with, I can't do the 17th, and I can't do the 24th. I can do 16th is President's Day. I can do, I can't do, this week's, I've got 3 races I'm working.
Can you do the 16th?
Yeah, 16th would be good.
It's President's Day weekend. I can do it that night.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll be around.
Okay.
Why not the 12th? Thursday the 12th.
Hold on. Because I'm probably done with budget committee. The 12th?
12th,
No,
I
I'm gonna
can't do
be,
the 12th.
I have a ski race. No, I don't. I do. I have a, this is, yeah, CPG.
It seems 10th.
10th is the meeting.
Yeah.
So should we go to the 16th? 6 o'clock?
I can do this.
I might be a little late.
Yeah,
We're going to start a little later?
No, that's fine.
no, that's great.
We're open.
Okay,
16th,
yeah.
it is?
6 o'clock.
Yeah. So, this year's revenues, which I just, you should all have a copy of the revenue report.
I don't for some reason.
She just passed away.
Pile in the middle.
Oh, pardon me.
So if I spend two,
There's always another revenue one.
Oh,
I
thank you
had
so
2 of them this
Oh.
morning.
Pardon.
no, I may not,
Nope, yours should be in your clip that I
In
gave you,
here?
that add-on that I gave you today.
Yeah, I don't know.
now, while I may not have this exactly correct, I think it is directionally correct, that our revenues exceeded our estimated revenues by about 280,000 in 2025. So I'm assuming, somebody can check that number, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. I'm assuming that that 280,000 will end up in the unassigned fund balance. And I can tell you how I got there. If you go to the last page. We have 15.6 million of excess. So the last line of the balance there is 15,644. If you take out 14.451 million, which is the collective taxes, property taxes. I use 1,193,000, and then I take out the revenues that we took out of our capital reserve funds of 900, and ETS of 913,000. And that leaves me with 280,000, which I think are the reconciling items. So, it looks like our unassigned fund balance should grow by 300,000 in 2020, as we go of 2025. And the question I have a question here is the other state grants and reimbursements. We have a federal disaster refund, but it's negative. Oh, 57,000. So I don't know what that is. On the third page, page 3, in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's a FEMA grant that Captain Morgan received for the end of Sodom Road
And why is it negative revenue?
because there's nothing in the estimated column.
No, so that doesn't help, not how it works. The year-to-date revenue is negative. So every one other one we've got, like, we've got the total meals, room and tax is 254,000. And we budgeted 200,000, so we owe by 54,000.
Right, sorry.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to know why that's negative. Get an answer to that would be good.
I think it needs just a positive in front of it rather than a negative.
We'd like to have, it would be nice to know we have a 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you think about these, think about our unassigned fund balance, you can basically add, it looks like you can add close to 300,000 to what we had reported last year. All right. Is this expense report that I have here now, is this the final? I don't see that we made an allocation out of the contingency reserve.
No, we haven't done that yet. I wanted to, we ran out of time yesterday.
So,
I wanted to do it yesterday, but Chip had to leave and I was by myself and I can't make a decision by myself, so I didn't do it.
because it's gonna affect all my reports.
Yes.
So when am I gonna get that?
Hopefully Monday. Wanted to do it yesterday, but we ran out of time.
Okay. So would it be reflected in this, or I just have a book, like, can I just get a book entry of how it changes?
I think it's just gonna be a journal entry.
And what would it be, just so I can,
So close to $50,000.
coming out of the contingency fund?
Yep.
And so it's gonna make our excess here 80,000.
And then going back into the fire department.
It's not
and
50,000 out of there, it's only a credit of like 28 out of there, because the repair of the backhoe isn't in there.
Yeah, but the repair of the backhoe should come out of the contingency.
Right, but contingency isn't in that report.
No, but the expenses.
Right,
Is the repair of the backhoe expense in here?
no.
So where is it?
Well, yeah, it's in there now, but it's gonna come out and go into contingency.
Right, but she's saying it's not, so I don't know which is the right answer.
It's in the transfer station equipment expendable trust fund, and I haven't moved it there. And
Is that where it came from this year? Well,
that's right.
2025?
That's where we charged it.
That's where you
yeah.
charged it, okay, my mistake.
For
I
that
thought,
correction.
I thought it got charged to the
No.
operating budget, my apologies.
Can somebody email me with these specific numbers that we're talking about, so I can just do a manual adjustment with to these things? I mean, we've got, at this point in time, we have to have the numbers, right? So
Yeah.
it's the amount that's coming out, it's the exact amount that's coming out of.
I've got the fire department one in my green folder.
Yeah, I have it, Bob, I'll get it.
I don't know exactly what the backhoe repair was, but I have the fire department one.
Assuming I get those numbers.
Okay.
Okay, and so the unassigned fund ban, Bob and I had a brief discussion on this, I think we disagree on it. So I know other people have views on it. My view is the unassigned fund balance is purely that there's two very distinct clear risk buckets that exist. One is a tax collector hat that we have as a town, And for the tax collector hat, our only risk to actual collection is abatement. And there's an abatement reserve included that we've never exceeded, that we have adequate protection on. And everything else is a collection, so it's a timing issue. It's highly diversified, and so we have zero to no risk as it relates to collecting taxes from taxpayers on our taxes related to the school, related to the county, related to the state. Zero risk on that. Our risk on our town budget exists almost entirely on the revenue side. We don't collect the revenues that we're gonna collect. We have a problem with that. Car registrations don't come in. The meal tax doesn't, whatever it is, all those things go wrong. We have a fire truck blow up, God forbid, or a police vehicle, and we need to take money out on an emergency basis to fund that. And that is from our operating budget, and we should be sized against our town operating budget, and that's where the risk should be measured. And just to me, it's consistent with what I've seen DRA say, it's consistent with what people do, so I just don't really understand why there's a different argument to it.
I don't know, but in my discussion, again with Selectman Albee today, very congenial, we both agreed that the unassigned fund balance applies only to the town's operating budget, has nothing to do with school district, state education, or county. So, I believe your conjecture. No, I believe it to be fact, not conjecture.
And not only that, if you look at other towns, the reason why they have either BANs or they have TANs, that's why they have those. It has nothing to do with the fact of the collecting of property taxes, because towns are not responsible to pay the schools, to pay the county, and to pay the state. That's why their unassigned fund balance is based only off their operating budget for the town.
And for decades, this town borrowed money in anticipation of taxes being collected. And then, some time ago, we went to collecting taxes twice a year to avoid having to do that and pay interest on the money
Right.
that we were going to get back anyway.
And we can't even do that now anyways, because we don't have a budget line for it,
What do you mean?
for tax anticipation note. Even if we wanted to, we can't, because we don't have a budget line for it.
But you don't, do you need it?
No,
Yeah, most towns put in $1.
Even if the line is there. So the selectmen are using the recommendation from the New Hampshire DRA, which is in concert with GASB and New Hampshire Municipal Association for retainage.
So that's different from, I'll try to explain that. It's very different from what we're talking about. That is for retainage as it relates to the exposure from liens and things like that. It's a
Right.
very
And
small
and
amount.
liabilities.
But that's not only.
We have to pay our bills.
We don't have an 18, what does it say on the back page? No, we have it. We saw this last week. It's not right. It's not accurate.
You want me to read the paragraph?
No, we've read it. We've
It's
all,
the $18 million number, that's not the right, it's not the denominator.
it's not the, it's not the
Not
budget.
even close.
And I think furthermore, we only have an obligation not to hoard cash in that unassigned fund balance.
Absolutely.
Correct. We have not to hold cash.
You're
we're not-
100% right. No, no.
And we also, it's not legal to use appropriated funds for municipal purposes to pay state education or other expenses. So it's not even available for that.
No, we
That's why
couldn't.
it makes no sense.
If there was a shortage and we had to pay Governor Wilmot Regional School District, we could not use our unassigned fund balance to pay him.
I'm aware.
So,
Again,
That-
for decades, Ossipee just plain didn't do it. We're out just to prove a point. But we don't do that, of course. We try to keep it up with it because we want our kids to go to school.
Okay,
Does the budget for the school contain
yeah.
a line item for,
They have their own general fund.
they have their own.
Yes.
Sure do.
Yeah, they have their own
and
general
that
fund.
swings me over completely.
Yeah, they do.
This makes no
Yeah.
sense
I
whatsoever.
came across that early this afternoon, and I'm saying, what the hell are we arguing about? I mean,
Right.
They got it.
You're right.
So I would ask that you prayerfully go back to your fellow selectmen and you have a discussion with them as it relates to the unassigned fund balance figuring out, get clarity on this, knowing they're getting another 300,000+. It's gonna be 300,000, yeah, because that's gonna be a wash, so it's gonna be 300,000 plus going into the unassigned fund balance for 2025. If my revenues are correct, I think they are. Then we're gonna have 1.5 million. So not to fund half or some portion of this from unassigned fund balance and from taxes doesn't make any sense to me, to be compliant with CIP. Just makes zero sense. I have a hard time. Don't make that clear.
And,
No, I hear you loud and
Yeah.
clear. We just have a difference of,
but the thing is,
Apparently you have a difference of opinion with Selectman Albee as well.
well,
Again, in today's discussion, we both, I won't say admit, we both acknowledge that the unassigned fund balance only pertains to the town's operating budget. It has nothing to do.
I'm not sure maybe there was a misunderstanding between you two because he and I voted on a policy yesterday.
You may have done that,
to
but
use that.
there was no misunderstanding, I can tell you that. We both agreed.
So anyways, I'm doing the best I can with the information that I have, as clueless as I am.
Either way.
If I'm educated the right way, I'll yield.
I've given you, Bob, everything. I've given you the different risk factors. I've given you what NHD has actually said specifically, that each town has to come with its own policy, that we don't have any liability for county, state, or school, and we have liability for our own budget, period, full stop.
and that piece
And
of
that's-
paper.
Which is fine. I mean, I appreciate your position.
Yeah.
But I have information that's to the contrary, and that's what we
Can
went
you point us
with.
to something that says we have to have that much in reserve to pay the school and
Well, did you have a copy of this? I know you do. And if you go to the fund balance section, that's what we based our
You know, I
decision on
I
it.
did some research on this afternoon. I'm trying to figure out why has DRA got this thing on their
We
mind?
just added it this year.
Yeah, now, I did find something that said that
It's about halfway in.
local school
Starts with the
districts
fund balance.
can petition for relief from the town, okay? But it's gotta have a court approval. I think it's just a backstop. That's all it is, it doesn't mean
And
anything.
the towns that have their own schools,
Yeah.
their own
And
school.
that too.
That's a different situation.
That's right,
And so
that's
then
right.
that has to be covered then, because the
Yeah.
town has its own school, but
Exactly.
we don't have that.
Yeah.
But-
And plus,
Yeah.
apparently, our school districts, they're carrying an undisputed fund balance reserve, so
Exactly.
where the hell is this? You know?
And
That's
the
to pay
DR,
that's to pay their bills,
That's right,
but they still send us a bill. We pay them $8.5 million a year.
but they can't
And
bill us for more than we're
The
pro rata
tax.
taxes.
they were taxed, so
And the
that's,
tax bill.
so.
Right.
That's why you
I
have the
understand that.
TAN, so it.
But we
and-
can't have a TAN unless we have a budget line.
So why don't you stick a $10 budget line? Have it to do it.
Okay,
If that truly is a concern, because we shouldn't really have a cash flow issue.
we don't have a cash flow issue, that's the whole thing, and.
No, I don't believe we
DRA
do either.
The DRA specifically said it's up to each individual town to establish their policy.
Mm-hmm.
And the policy is that was only a recommendation, that was to set the tax rate. That MS, whatever you.
That's, yeah, but that's only one piece of information. This is the other one. This is
That came from NHMA.
yes, it did.
Mhm.
Yes, it did. It came from
And it's
NHMA.
still up to every individual town to figure out what their unassigned fund balance should be. And that's how it is.
I think NHMA is the one that's not up to date on this.
Yeah.
I think that's-
Exactly.
I think that's what the problem is. I think they're solving a problem that is like not real concrete. So they stuck something in there just to cover this.
That's the first year that's like, I went back to another year's report, like I don't have that in there. The
No.
first time I ever stuck it.
I'm trying to base my decision on what I'm seeing in print, not on speculation.
Yeah.
Can I read this?
Please, absolutely.
It says recommended levels of fund balance. The New Hampshire Department of Revenue Administration, or DRA, and the Government Finance Officers Association, GFOA, both recommend municipalities maintain their unassigned fund balance reserves at a level between 5 and 17% of the total general fund operating budget. That's our operating budget.
Mm-hmm. And What are all these?
This is town gross appropriations, county, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it says amount to base the fund balance on. So even with this grossly inflated number as an example, still only has.
Well, this is based on Wolfboro, so that's just,
Right.
you can't use those numbers.
But again, it's still not even a percentage of what they did. It's their operating budget, not that total thing.
Yeah, it's the operating budget.
Operating budget.
It's only the operating budget.
And the school district and state and county are not part of our operating budget.
I'd ask that you go back and prep it.
Hopefully enough.
And we'll come up, because I think your other, Chip probably has a view from the thought on this, so.
I don't see this as a risk to the town.
Not at all.
And then, just so where we are, so on this report here, this is what I'm gonna talk to at the public hearing.
Yep.
So I'll send you all a copy.
Yep.
The only addition I'm gonna add is under financial administration, consistent with 2025 budget, and the actual for 2025 is lower as the town system fee, computer system fee for 2025 was charged in 2024 of 17,000. Okay, so there's gonna be that change. And then I'm gonna say, and the other one was looking for tomorrow, which is on direct assistance, decreasing 2026 based on prior year activity. 2025 experienced late year increase or expenditure in required aid, expenditure in required aid. So there'll be those discretions. And then, so I'm just gonna get into this because Bob and I had a discussion about it. He thinks that I'm throwing the selectmen under the bus and then backing over and then hitting them with the beer truck again. And I don't think that was my intent to do that. But I do want to be transparent and full in the disclosure. So I'm going to go back through this, and I think I can make the same points, but in a more neutral manner. And follow that.
Thank you.
But the points will still be in here.
That's fine.
Yeah, but they'll be in maybe a less.
Adversarial?
Yeah, actually, I didn't really. I was running.
Benign.
But no, yeah, I was writing it
Thank you.
factually, I wasn't ready, but your point's well taken.
Thank you.
So I'm happy to go back and take a look at that. And I would ask, once again, that you go back and you look at these capital reserves and just get them to the CIP number. A big chunk of this goes away. Done. And we're not gonna initiate a town meeting. So, okay? And then we have this one last thing, and I don't know if we wanted to address it now or not, the compliance.
We can just deal with that at some point.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's all falling on deaf ears anyway.
And then, the Board of Selectmen update?
The only thing I really have to update that we haven't discussed tonight is the police station incident. That's been turned over to Primex. Primex has given us direction, and we're following that direction. We're going to get it repaired. Primex is going to pay the bill. We're going to pay our deductible, and Primex is going to seek subrogation.
And the deductible is how much?
$1,000.
Not bad.
But we need to get it done because we've got insulation and sheetrock coming. We did have a walkthrough yesterday morning. All the subs are 99.9% done. A couple little odds and ends to wrap up, but once that wall is fixed, we can continue with insulation and sheetrock.
And how are we doing on money?
I think we're doing good.
Yeah, we are.
I think we're still under budget. Well under budget.
Let's hope that the building doesn't get beat up again.
Okay,
And that will go back into the unassigned fund balance as well.
well, $100,000 from the
Mhm.
Yeah,
other account. So I mean, just,
it would be.
Well, I don't know about that because that money was set aside for a specific purpose to build and equip the police station.
But you can, at a future town meeting,
Vote.
vote.
Right. We can't just arbitrarily do it.
No, that's all right.
Well, at some point, I'm gonna go back because it does expire in 20, they drew, the petition, the last article they drew was a non-expiring one.
Right.
So at the end, it just, the one that not, the lapsing one, the one that lapsed.
Right, I think we have 5 years.
You got
Well, I
plenty.
think the last one, the one was no time, it's done, it's 2021.
You have to read, it's right there in that book.
Yeah.
2021, it's done 2026, so anyway, the, lost my train of thought. Yeah, but there's 100,000 too from our
Solar.
solar. And just so, you know, as we sit there looking at this in unassigned fund balances, we had no issue taking $300,000 for the solar plant.
Why can't we take 140 and make it equivalent to the CIP?
And fund our.
Well, interestingly, last year, almost $200,000 came out of the unassigned fund balance into warrant articles. And suddenly this year, I don't know what the difference is. Have we been doing it wrong for the last few decades, or, I don't know. I just don't know. That's all I can say.
Can I get a,
So moved.
Oh, next, the budget hearing,
oh,
we want to be there a half an hour early?
yeah, so let's, should we meet there? We can just meet there.
Yes, that's what we,
5:30.
5:30?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we'll open the meeting, we'll then go into, we'll have the public hearing, we'll stop the meeting, we'll go into the public hearing, and then we will continue the meeting afterwards and vote on the budget.
Yep.
And we're gonna, just so you know, we're gonna present the warrant, we're not presenting the warrant
No.
articles, because we're not gonna see them. So, I think the selectmen have to present the warrant articles, and we're gonna say, there's no, we wouldn't have voted on them by that time.
okay.
Okay.
Motion was made. Aye.
Aye. Sure.
God's the only one.